Hi everyone, and welcome to another Pocket Planes video. So I feel compelled to come out of almost semi-retirement to create a video for this because there's been a massive update today. Okay, update 2.17.0, massive changes that do they disrupt the meta? Do they change my strategy videos that have come before? We're going to look at these changes and what they actually mean in comparison to my ideas about how to make money. The update highlights are fly across the map edges. This is very big. Okay, this means that the map is now a globe. It is no longer a square, flat piece of fabric that you fly from left to right. You can actually go all the way around. Okay, job list groups. This is an interpretation of something that I asked for, which is that jobs should be grouped together. So jobs to the same destination should be grouped together. Is it implemented as I asked? No. Does it work? Yes. We're going to have a look at it and we'll see how it behaves. I think it's a really good addition. I think the fly across map edges is a really good addition. There have been a couple of additions since my last video. There was a CloudMax P and a CloudMax C added to the game, and those are 32 either passengers or cargo, and we'll dive into those later. And then we'll just flip up there to the new level 35 Cloud Neo M. The Cloud Neo M isn't as high as the Cloud Max, and we'll have a look at that as well and see what we think about that. New Cloudliner skins. Obviously, if you've got Cloudliners out there, then Cloudliners, you want skins for them. I'm not a big fan of buying the skin pack because I think it doesn't give you any incentive to play the game. If you've bought the skin pack for £27 or whatever it is, that's on a sale, and then there's really no incentive for you to play the game to earn skins. So I think earning the skins is part of one of the drivers to actually play the game. Main menu support link, don't know, not looked at it, but we will do. We'll have a look at that and see what that does. What else? Jobs with the same destination are now grouped. Tap a job to expand it or use its load unload button to handle the whole group. So yeah, I mean that was the highlights. This is the groups now. So let's jump into the game and have a look to see what that looks like. Let's unlock this. So this plane is at London. It's a Cyclone. It's Cyclone M number 56, and here we can see now that groups are actually joined, or actually grouped. Sorry, jobs actually grouped together to show how many passengers and how many cargo they have. So up here we have 6 cargo, 6 passengers that we can take, and here, well, that's interesting. Straight away, it's round the opposite direction, isn't it? 3 passengers, 6 cargo, but really we're looking for 6. So we don't actually care. I'm going to use the mouse at this point in time while I'm looking at the screen. We're looking for 6 and 6, really. 6 and 6 going to one destination. This is using my all-buck strategy, which you have to be a VIP for. There's a danger there. That's going to scroll off the screen. 7-4. There we go. Mumbai. So we can do full load to Mumbai. Oop. 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 Oh, okay. No, we can't. Oh, press and hold. Press and hold. 25%, 6 and 6. Okay. Yeah, fine. 6 and 6. We can now fly to Mumbai. So we'll do that. Let me use the stylus, it's better. Mumbai. Sorry. Cancel. Right, so that's off to Mumbai. Some force of habit there, some muscle memory. Right, I'm going to go left now. We're going to drop into the map hall. The map hall's at London. The only reason the map halls are here is to service HMS Ark. Mouse around. HMS Ark and USS Midway. So I'm seriously considering shutting them down. Now, the problem with that is that they've actually got some very good stats. Right, I've got an 18,100 mile redeployment range, but these things don't move. I moved them into position, and they moved into those positions, and they've been there ever since. So if I actually zoom out, you'll see I can redeploy basically anywhere on the entire map. There's no circle. But I'm not going to. I'm seriously considering shutting them down. I don't know really what the game mechanic is with these, other than you're supposed to go to ports of call and what have you. I don't care. I genuinely don't care. They could be used as hopping points. In fact, that's the way I'm using them. They could be used as hopping points to jump a Class 1 across to New York. But if I don't have any Class 1s, I don't care. Right, if I've only got Class 3s, they can make that jump. So it's sort of a pointless thing in the game, I think, at the moment. I mean, let me know in the comments if you think differently, but genuinely, I'm not getting it. And I have USS Midway down here, and I have USS Ford here, which is halfway between Jakarta and Kinshasa, so that a Class 2 plane, an Aero Eagle, can jump from USS Ford to reach Kinshasa. And of course, they can't touch that, but they can make this journey. I think they can make that journey. I'm entirely sure. Never tried. Don't care. Right, so because I send a Class 3, right? So is what it is. Right. Jump in again. We have a few planes on the move. I started some stuff up. In again, I think. Back out. Right, so this is the point. So the reason that the Maple Pros exist is to ferry items to the two aircraft carriers. That is it. So do I have items for HMS Ark? Flip. HMS Ark 2P 2C. So no. Again, observation. P and C around the opposite direction. And the other one is USS Midway 1P 1C. So at the moment there is no use for that plane. It can sit there. Now I've actually got 4 Mapples, and this is the point, right? If I've got 4 Mapples sitting there idle, they're not earning money, they're not earning bucks. So closing down the aircraft carriers could be a way of getting a Cyclone in its place. And as you know, I'm very, very pro the Cyclones for very good reasons, which will become more and more apparent later. Right. I did see something that was full there. Oh, that's in London. That's fine. Right. Back. So we're not going to move that. I've got some Concords out. I absolutely love the Concords. They're just sexy, aren't they? they're just really, really good. But really massively unprofitable. But if you're using my strategy, my buck strategy, it actually doesn't matter. So I've got 3 of them, and I've got them out presently. So we're going to see if we can load this one up. There is nothing to pick up presently. Onto the next plane, and we continue to load. 5 cargo. We'll drop that one and pick that up. New jobs. So new jobs has come in. recycle this in case a new bucks strategy, new bucks item comes in. No, nothing there. And back at London, this is an Aero Eagle, so it's an AEM Aero Eagle M2, 3 passengers, three cargo, 3 passengers. So that will go to USS Ford, and if we've got a 3-3, which we don't, then it would be worth loading it up. So at the moment, again, that's idle. Another reason to take those carriers out. I really don't need them. Back to, that's an Aero Eagle. Let's skip it. Honolulu. Oh, here's a point. So in case you didn't know, obviously you can upgrade. Let's take that. Thank you. You can upgrade locations to HQs. And then you get, if you do this on a class 3, you get 300 layovers. But what I didn't appreciate till recently, and I even misspoke this in my second video, let's go out. If you upgrade a class 2, Honolulu, for example, to be an HQ, it gets 300 layovers. Now, my understanding is that it doesn't get the same number of jobs appearing. Its number of jobs, which is based on its population, stays the same. And it has a population of 4 million. So it doesn't get the same number of jobs as a true class 3. But what it does allow you to do is to land class 3 planes here. I've got 7 layovers. They end up getting stuck there while they're trying to load up to come back. That was 9 until very recently. So I've done that with not only Honolulu, but I've also done it with Sydney. So Sydney is also upgraded to be the HQ in Oceania, which is great because it means that I've got that additional range. If you were going to do a Honolulu to Sydney run, then that would be a great run. Nice long run all the way across Europe, across there. But of course now the map loops, right? It loops. So we can go from Sydney to Honolulu straight away. Now those were 2 ends. So this means that the overall value of Bucks jobs is going to drop because instead of being 11 or 12 from Sydney to Honolulu, this is basically next door. And a Cloudliner will be, or Cyclone is going to be able to make that jump. So they've sort of shot some people in the foot that were doing just Tokyo or whatever, Tokyo or Sydney to Honolulu. But the world is a sphere. I think this is a good change. I like it. Because I wasn't actually tied to that. I was actually using the middle of the map, using London. Using London as my HQ. Actually, we'll cover this while we're here. London and Paris. Reasons are in my previous videos, in that London and Paris are very close together. If London's shut, then you can land at Paris. Simple as that. And then you've only got a short hop once London reopens. However, if you look at Lagos, Lagos is actually very equidistant to the rest of the map. And here's the thing, right? Your most southernmost country, or southernmost airport, rather, in Africa is Johannesburg. So you really want that to be a class 3. So you want to upgrade that to HQ, but you want your layovers at Lagos if you're going to use my all Bucks, only Bucks strategy. So, continuing to load. 3 and a 5. We probably want to... Where's it? Passengers. So we're going to ditch a 3. There's no point in picking up that 3, and then we'll pick up the 5. Around here. So this is back to our Cloud Neo. So this is a 12 cargo, 12 passenger. Let's jump out for a second now. Cloud Neo. New plane that's been added. Let's have a look, see what's in the market. There is another one, 610. Cyclone M controls. Buy that. Do I want to know a Cloud Neo? I've actually got 2 additional Cloud Neos. I likely don't think I'm going to fly these, and I'll tell you why. The reason is because London has a maximum layover of 300, right? So 300 layovers. And if we take into account that there are, over here, 37 airports, this includes the 3 aircraft carriers, then we're talking about, for Cyclones, 37 times, in fact, let's reduce it, 34 times 12. Well, that's more than 300, right? So it would be difficult for us to get 34 machines, so it's 34 planes sitting at London, all loading. So I'm unconvinced about the Cloud Neo, and I'm unconvinced about the, let's have a look at the Airpedia, around, which is the other one? Cloud Max. The Cloud Max is 32. That's Tetra. Cloud Max P and C were introduced in the last update. Cloud Max M was introduced in this update. This is 16 cargo, 16 passengers. I think even the Cloud Neo is still probably too high. It's basically 2 Cyclones in one. Now, that may make your slots more efficient. So instead of having 2 Cyclones, you could have 1 Cloud Neo, but getting 24 layovers in one hit would, I think, be challenging. One of the reasons why I'm still using the Cyclones. They're just really quick and easy, or relatively quick and easy to load. So let's go here. We've got an unload to do. If we look at this, am I able to get 6 and 6? And you can see with the number of airports that I've got, it's still a challenge, like 3, 2, 2, 7, 3, 4, 3, 5. And we're at 289 layovers. Okay. We want a 6, 6. 6, 6. Can we do a 6, 6? And the answer is no. We've got an 18, 2 there. 224. 18.5. So Moscow's actually a good bet. 6.4, 16.4, 8.04. So none, right? So even with 289 layovers, an empty plane, it is difficult for me to load that plane in one hit. So I'm going to switch to all and see if I can do it that way. So 2.2, 2.2, 2.7, 3.4, 3.5. I need it as close to 6.6 as possible. So 7.4, and then we can get a 2C. So we can get Chicago, and we can fill up with two cargo and fly that plane. I do like this system better. I think this is a good addition. But you can see that Cyclones are probably the best, still the most efficient and best bet, rather than waiting for multiple cycles to load a Cloud Neo. But it's brand new, right? So you definitely want to go and try it. Then you might find that that's your preference, right? Depends on your play style. But for me, I have, as of now, 73 plane slots and 62 Cyclones out, with 5 Mapples, and I think 2 Aero Eagles. 2 Aero Eagles. The rest are, I've got 3 Concords, and the rest are cyclones, and the ones that are coloured orange are not fully upgraded. So this isn't fully upgraded. Yeah, we'll look at that. It's not upgraded. Give it an upgrade, why not? Doesn't feel like it. Right, so Bangalore, that's full. That can jump. Oh, better check first. There's a 6 passenger. So take the 6. That's a 3. I think that's as good as I'm going to get. Right, so jump that one back. Back to London. So yeah, the new plane, Cloud Neo, nice. Even load, which the Cloudliners aren't. So the Cloud Neo is a better bet than the Cloudliners, I think, because they were 12 passengers and 5 cargo. They were always Cloudliner M's, that is, were always skewed. I didn't quite like that. I prefer them to be roughly 50-50, or to be 50-50. That caused a problem if you're going to deal with some of the events that want delivery of just people or delivery of just cargo. But they're few and far between, so I think at that stage you can probably push through it or compensate or cross that bridge when you come to it. Jakarta, you're full. So similar here, there's a 4 suits of armour. We could perhaps drop that. Get the 4, there's no point in putting a 2 on passenger. And jump that one back. So this continues to be the strategy. Only bucks, so we're just loading up with bucks at each of the locations. Going through the whole list. Reach that 65,000 bucks, and when you reach that 65,000 bucks, you're going to sell for 33,000 bucks per. Sorry, 33,000 coins per bucks to make 2.145 billion. If you cash out any time before then you're not going to realize the full value. So we're coming up to nearly halfway, and we're just about halfway on the value. Okay, so 30,000, 33,000 at 65,000. So at 30,000, it's 15,000 coins per buck. So each buck that we carry is worth 15,000. So I think this pointless. Absolutely pointless, because that's not making us money. You're making your most profitable flight. Well, no, you're not, because nowhere along the line does that account for deliver 65,000 bucks and make 2 billion coins, right? So depending on the number of flights that you do to get there, this is my total number of flights, 44,959. I'm fairly certain that's actually quite low. If you look at other people, they've got much higher number of flights. My flights are far more profitable. Again, plane slots, I've got 73 plane slots. I'm not doing too badly. So it's a way of getting your levels up and getting your plane slots up. I don't really know what more there is to say at this point, other than just to continue with this strategy. I do like this grouping. It's a little bit hard to read. As we noticed on this, passengers and cargo are switched round compared to the heading at the top, which is didn't notice that until we started to record. So that's interesting. They should probably be switched round to be in line. So that's a little weird. Yeah. But other than that, there we go. Well, let's continue, I suppose. You're 2, 3, but we don't have any more passengers because they're 4s. Load you. What happened there? Are you loaded? Oh, we're fully loaded. Right, okay. So is there... And those are 3 persons. Passengers. Okay. We can't load that one. We're fully loaded, 6 of 6. You could... Here we go, right? So with the new map wrap, you could go... I'm going to go this way to England, to London. That's $15,870 to do that route. I think this is a really good illustration of why the fact the map wraps now doesn't actually matter. Does it change this strategy? And the answer, I think, is no. Because now if I go from here to Bangalore, in fact, we'll probably jump via Jakarta to avoid cashing in that bucks. No, we won't. We will do it. Go to Bangalore, and then we'll go to London, and that's 11,000. So 15,000 if we go round via Honolulu, or 11,000 loss if we go this way, right? So this is by far the more profitable route. So staying within the old map constraints, in this case, is still the most efficient. Oh, and here we are back to Istanbul and loading this one up. It's just going to take forever to load, right? Right, London. Again, we can check this to see if we've got any USS Midway that are 2-2s. And HMS Ark 4-1. So we need a 2-2 there as well. So that's no action required. We could actually drop some of those Mapples and bring in some more Cloudliners. I actually do have some more. I have another Cloudliner in the... Not Cloudliner. I have a Cyclone M sitting in here that I took out. So you could actually drop one of those. In fact, I may even do that. XMP 0135. So we could drop 5. 4. So we can drop 5. Where are you? 5. You can go and have a holiday. No. We'll bring that Cyclone M out. Oh, where am I going to put it? Have a look at the map. Ah, you know what I'm not seeing? Counts of planes at destinations. Have I really got? That's better. It's because I was in the select an airport view. In fact, if you want to fix something, that's something to fix. So there are planes at all these. There's 7 planes at Honolulu. No, we're looking for a airport that doesn't have any planes at it. 3 at Sydney. 2. There we go. There's one Tokyo. So we'll deploy that plane at Tokyo. Eventually, I'd like to get this so it's 2 across the board. So menu, not parts. Menu, hangar, fly. Yes. We'll put you out. That's Tokyo. Then start to load you up there. All right, we're back here. No. No. Yes. 6, so that's an unload. We're now at 291. We need to be getting these planes out. And you can see that actually it's becoming problematic because we need 6 and 6 to be able to get out of this airport with a full load. Did we see 6 and 6? See 13C, 83, 18.2, 8.2, 224, 19.5. Moscow's a good bet. 16.4. Oh, there's a 5.6 to Paris. It's only one that I need. So, can we get a Paris loadout? Yes, we can. Load. And this is one of the key differences with this and the original strategy, in that Paris is now viable destination, because we're not hopping through Paris, we can do a full delivery to Paris. We still make a loss, but we're taking a full load of bucks. Well, near enough. With a 25% bonus, so that's quite a lot. Right. 1. No. 5. So we can take that 1 off, put the 5 on. We'll take the 1 for now. Yep. So another key difference to the original strategy, of course, we take 1s and 2s. Take all bucks. They're all worth a lot. We don't want those 2s at the moment because I don't think we've got enough. There's nothing to pick up at Sydney. Nor there. Nor there. We may have cycled this. 2 and 2 US Ford. It's 2 and 4. It's not enough. I'm very tempted to close the aircraft carriers, but if I do that and then I want to reinstate them, I bet you I'm starting from scratch again, so they've got no range. As long as they stay where they are, I'd be okay with that, because I don't really need to move them anyway. Yeah, I'm sure I'd lose their range. They would reset. I don't need an Aero Eagle there. Honolulu, nothing to add. Those 2, yes. We can fairly whip around this lot. Anyway, I think you get the idea, right? We're using the Cyclones because they're quicker to load. I don't think the Cloud Neo or the Cloud Max disrupts this meta. I think this is probably still the best strategy. We're back at London. 292 layovers we need to pick up. So here's a reason why you might keep one of those class 2s hanging around. If all your planes are loading up with 12 at their destination and bringing those to London, but then when you fly out of London, you're not taking 12 out, you're taking 10 or 11, over time, you will eventually fill up all the layovers. And so you need a pressure release valve. And your pressure release valve is your class 1s and your class 2s, and you get those to take out bucks and reduce the overall total. So there is a very good reason to keep the class 1s and class 2s around, or at least one of each, just to work as a pressure relief. And what you do is you don't pick up bucks at the destination, you just fly out and then fly back again. We'll see if that comes on. We'll keep going until we'll see if that happens. All right, I'm looking for a 6-6. We said Moscow was pretty close, didn't we? I do like this now. This is actually telling us at a glance what counts we've got. 13C. And it also would tell you to drop in a cargo plane for Bangkok, for example, which is actually quite cool. Yeah. Just these layovers, 292 layovers, not enough. Not for 37 airports. So what was I going to do? I'm going to do Moscow. If I can. And I can. So do that, load that. That's a 25. Go to Moscow, fly. And when we go, Honolulu, no. Cyan, no, nothing there. 66 Jakarta, thank you. Bangalore. Zoom out a bit. Right. Next. Can't carry any more people. It's a 2. There's no point in dropping. If there were some 1s, we'd drop the 1s and pick up the 2s. There's a 3, 2. That's full from Delhi. Right. New York, Sydney, Mexico City, Los Angeles. That's full. It's there. So there's a cargo 3. We can drop. No, we can't drop a 2. There's a 2. We can drop pickup 3. And we're ready to fly. Now, if you knew you had multiple planes at a location, you could just cycle through those and then like not change, just pick them up with other planes. But it's difficult to tell with the interface the way it is at the moment. Unless you go out to the map, and then that's wasting time. Right, another one in London. So another 6. Got a 14, 10, 17, 4. Cairo looks like a good bet. But it's still going to take 2 non-bucks to be able to fill it. So Cairo, let's flip that. Ooh. So we can't fill it. We need 2 more cargo, and there is only 1. So I'm going to skip that plane for now. And there's another one. I'm going to have to skip that as well. And another one in London. Skip that as well. They're waiting for more material, which is a good position to be in. You want some planes, I think, at London that are waiting to take passengers and cargo away. That's nice and full, Beijing. We're going to go via Beijing, usually via Tehran. If you go via Tehran, it's down, so it's actually a longer route. But if you want to not hand in the bucks at Istanbul, then that would be it. But I'm going to go with this route because, I don't know, just force of habit. Because I made a split-second decision. Right, London, 12. So we're dropping off 12. We're immediately up to 293. We're looking for 66, right? So we've got 10, 0, 17, 4, 224, 8, 2. Hang on. We had Cairo, didn't we? But the jobs haven't refreshed yet. So I still don't think we're in a position to load. Maybe we can go this way and then think about it. So we can do Jakarta, but that would be only half the plane loaded. Oh no, now we've got some new jobs. Let's do that. Have a look at some of our larger ones. Cairo. We still can't do it, right? So we'd take 6 off the passengers and we'd get 4 cargo, 5 cargo, and it still wouldn't be full. But we're at 293 now. We really need to get some passengers and cargo away from here. 3. No. Delhi we could fill. So we can fill Delhi. Send it out. This one's at Cairo. There's a 4 passenger. We take the 2 off, put the 4 on. No items in markets. Go and have a look. And see what's new. A Cloud Neo M engine. I've already bought one of those. So Cyclone M engine. Yes, I will buy one of those. Right. Can we load? No. Next. Six, 5, 5, 6. That's fully loaded. There's a 4 passenger. So can we drop a low value passenger? Yeah, we've got a 1, do we? Oh no, it's not even loaded. Alright, we don't have any lower passengers. So we'll just take that as it is, Shanghai. Back at London, we've got 12 to deposit, and we've got 284, so that's going to take us to 296. Now we're rather hoping that we can get a 66. 66, please, with what we've just deposited. We're very close with Cairo. Nowhere near with anything else. 84. Wow. Okay, let's have a look at Cairo again, which is 17.5. We can get that. Saved by the bell. Fly to Cairo with a full load, right? And just one non-bucks. No jobs at Dhaka. There's a 5 cargo. Now we're full on Paris. Jump back. Next plane. No. Next. Can't carry more people, that's a 1. Guangzhou. And you can see, even with 73 planes, I can fairly rattle through these quite quickly. We need to get a person. A person with a 1 person down, a 1 passenger down there. We can get a 4 in instead, which is much better. I need a 2 passenger. So we're getting to see the new menu, you know, the new loadout menu working in real time. TM21 arrived in London. This is still filling up, right? This has been here for some while. Istanbul. Let's see if we can send out one of our Mapples. So flipping round, HMSR 61. We can do that. We can send that with some of those to HMSR. That will reduce some of the passengers and cargo at London. And another one. Let's check this one. HMS Arc, we got 4 and 2, so no, we can't do HMS Arc. Can we do USS Midway? Yes, we can. That's a hell of a distance, right? Because of the way this is set up. We need to jump via Paris, Cairo, Lagos, then Midway, and then back again. So I don't stop on the aircraft carriers because they take forever to actually pick up their loads. And the reason that these lower class planes are sitting at London is purely to alleviate. So it's to remove layovers. Okay. Right. I'm not sure there's anything more to cover, Beijing. I think I've given the update a fair crack. I don't think it's changed my methodology, and nor has it influenced which planes I should be using. I think I'm going to behave exactly the same way I was before. This is how I'm going to make my money by trading in bucks. Okay, let's just check this one. HMS Ark, 2, and Midway 1. It's nothing to do. Nothing to do. 3. 6 and 6 cargo. Oh, is this a Concorde? It is. That's why. Oh, this is ready to fly. So Honolulu to New York to London. Similarly, that's a 6. Kinshasa. That's a 5. We take that out. And that. And put a 6 and a 6 in. We're still not full. But it is what it is. A 3. Looking for USS Ford. Can we do a 3-3? We can. So we can fly from London to USS Ford and back again. And that is an hour round trip. So that's not insignificant. That's stranded, basically. 2 Class 2s is equivalent of 1 Class 3. Well, 2 of those Aero Eagles is equivalent of 1 Cyclone. Right. Ooh. I'm looking at Honolulu. 11. Jakarta. Chicago. That's full in Lima. Thank you. 25 minutes back to London. For cargo, have we got a low cargo? No, that's not even selected. There's a 3. Jump from Kinshasa. Okay, Calcutta. Nothing at Moscow. There's probably 2 planes at Moscow and one's loading. Guangzhou. Take the 3 out, put the 4 in. Take 2, take 3. Right, back on London. Again, we're looking for a 6-6. This is reinforcing why I don't think anything above a 6-6 is viable. So many layovers, and we can't get 6 cargo and 6 passengers. And there are very few of all of one or all of the other. They're so spread out. 8-4 is a good bet. So spread out that really you need lower level planes. I mean, Fogbusters might be the next step down, and they're 4-4. Let's see this when we've got the passengers and like the non-bucks coins mixed in. So I'm going to be looking at the bucks initially, and then can I make up the shortfall with the whites? So no. No. Los Angeles, no. Oh, hang on. There's something going on there with Los Angeles. We can only get 5. See that? We could do it though. and then wait. It's 3 minutes. In that situation, I might be tempted to wait because we actually got. Did we get? No. We did. We got. It's difficult to read this. Yeah, we got some. Those aren't showing as layovers anymore. That's confusing. It would be good if these were indicated as being layovers or not. Anyway, I'm going to come back to that. That was Sim 34. And we know we're not going to fill that up. That's another London, Rio. Four and four. Take that 2 out. And a 3. Let me get 4-4 in. Still not full. Now we're full. Nearly. Yep. Sao Paulo. 6-6 of Bangkok. That is a 2 for cargo. We'll put a 3 in instead. You get all the way to London in one hop. Oh, back at London with a layover. Unload. Team 2. Yeah. So stark. Alright. Manila. This on London. 289 now. So have we got 6-6? Eight, 4. 4-3, 18-2. No, 11-0, 15-0. No? I'm going to leave it. London, person. Take the 1 out, put the 5 in. And Manila. Not fully loaded. New jobs. So if you get new jobs while you're in a plane, flip the jobs again, because you may find you get another one to add. Now, actually, I would jump that one to there. Mexico. A couple of 1s I'm going to take out there because we might get some 2s in. Yeah, there we go. Karachi. Zion. Right, it's a 6-passenger, 4-passenger, so we're looking for some low ones. There's there. What is it? A 2. A little bit confusing the way this jumps around. But it's okay. And a 3. And then we get a 4 and a 6, which is much better. And that's Shanghai. We're full. We can jump, so I will go via Tehran. Back to London. Yeah, great. Thanks for that. Okay. Istanbul. We can't unload here because this will be, I know this is 11 to 289, full unload, and that'll be 300 layovers. So we desperately need now to fly something out with a 6-6. And when I say that, that's 6 cargo, 6 passengers, right? So 45, 6143, 18345. It's just illustrating how difficult this is, even with this number of layovers. And with this size plane. Do we have any? We can't get anything out to USS Ford. Can we get anything out to HMS Ark? Not really. Let's see if we can do this with a mixture. We'll start at the bottom. Let's go 15 to 1. We had a plane ready to go. It only needed one more. There we go. We can do a New York mixed load. Brings it down to 291. Wasn't a great deal. Oh, cutter. 5 person. Please. There's a person. Get one of those in. The rest were 2s anyway. Okay. Ah. Only cargo up there. Nope. 2 passengers. Wow, that's a load. Istanbul still filling this plane up. And you're going to need that headroom of 24 free slots when it arrives at London to be able to unload it. Passenger, what is that? It's a 2, and these are 2, so there's no point. No, nothing there. And by, we go back here. Let's see if we can get out to HMS Ark. Yes, we can. Load. That will alleviate some of it. And that's taking three bucks and 1 non-bucks. 1 coins. Can we do the same again? 2 and 5. Yes, we can. So this is where I'm using the class 1s to alleviate the pressure on the main hub. There's a 6, and it is cargo. Oh, this is a Concorde. So it's probably got as good as it's going to get. Are we full? We're finally full. From Honolulu. That one's flying. Can we load up to USS Ford? No. No, we can't, because we need 2-2, we need a 1-1 on the whites, so no. Honolulu. Whoa. Right, this way. We could take the 4 out, put the 6 in. You could flip to another plane. Hopefully you're going to get Honolulu again. But you might find that you run out of time before you get there. Only had that happen before. 533, so let's take that out, take that out. 5, 3. There were no lower passengers, but that Seoul is now full. So we can jump it back to London. Right. Be nice if we can get some planes flying out of London, wouldn't it? That. Tehran. Because you can't control what the mixture of passengers and cargo is, you know, what the or destination rather, as well as passenger and cargo. Very difficult to predict. In fact, it's not difficult, it's impossible to predict what they're going to be. So you have to deal with whatever the imbalance is at your hub. And that consumes your layovers. This is 11. Yeah, we can do that. 297. Let's see if we can get a 66. 355 to Guangzhou is pretty good. And a 46 to Mexico. 84. So let's try this with the whites on. Guangzhou. They go in there. And that's 10, right? So Tehran, Guangzhou, that's 10. We're going to take the 2 whites. Need a 6 cargo. 3, can't carry any more. What's that? Take out 4. The 6. This is full. New York. Right. Right, we're back finally. This is where we were with Sim 34. We were looking to load up to Los Angeles, and I think we managed to do it. So off to Los Angeles. And what did we get? 2. We might have been able to like chuck out 2 of the whites and then put in greens instead, but didn't think of that. Right, let's see if there's anything we can do here. 226 for Lagos. It's almost worth bringing a Cyclone C in to try and redress this balance. Nine, 2, 1. Sydney's looking like a good bet. No, unfortunately, we can't do it. 9, 4. That looked pretty good, but there's no whites. It's not enough 6. Not near enough. Neither's Jakarta. Nor Shenyang. Nor Shanghai. You can do Mexico. Another one at London, so let's have a look again. Or can't quite get Lima. Can't get Dakar. Sao Paulo. Can't get Chicago. Can do Mumbai. Loading in Rio. That's ready to fly back. It's in the air. Yeah, it is. Now, what you could try and do, I thought about this and actually tested this previously, which was you could fly your planes back to London not full. Does that help? And the answer is no. And why is that? That's because you're always flying your planes back with bucks, but when you're flying out of London, they're not always full when they go out. So even using that technique, you will still get to a point where you build up enough bucks in London that your full 300 layovers are consumed. And this is why you need a class 1 or a class 2 in there to try and alleviate that. Or you fly a plane out to a destination and then fly it back empty. That's another way of doing it. So, I mean, I've done that before where I've had planes sitting at destinations, they're waiting to load. They've not got, there's another plane at the same destination, they're not loading. London is congested, so I've sent back an empty plane. But you could have to wait 20 minutes odd for it to get there. Right. And back to this. 6-3. Where did we end up going now? I think we went to Mexico, didn't we? Can't fill up to Zion. Jan. I know it's pronounced. No. Nope. 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 To Rio. Not there. Ah, it's Mumbai. Oh, that's it. Delhi. Not quite. Hang on, 6 passengers. Oh no, obviously we've got not go for cargo. Kinshasa we can't do. Tehran, no. Oh my god. Lagos can't do. Cairo we cannot. But we can alleviate some of the load there, right? So if I take that and that, the next job to Cairo might well do it. In fact, if I do a refresh, we'll see how that goes. Missile, Istanbul. None of these is looking good. It's very rare for this to be so unbalanced. Does happen. Does happen, but usually I'll be able to get a load of planes out of London with an equal load. Maybe that's part of the new algorithm. If there's been a change to the algorithm. Okay. London again. We're looking for a fill up, and I don't think we can. I think we need some more deposits in London to try and get some more variety in there. So our planes that have landed in London. What are you doing here? So passenger. There's a 3 and a 4. 7. There's a 3 person. No, that's a 3. So that's the lowest common denominator there. There's no point. There's no point in kicking out that person down here. Dakar, just to put that in because it's the same. Right, Chicago. Okay, it's a 6 passenger. There's a 3. Oh no, there's a 2. That's Kolkata. Fly that back. We see all like loads and loads of planes all flying. It's quite cool. Zoom out. Lots of planes, all busy. There we go. Got another one in London. Hang on. Where was this? Kolkata, wasn't it? Right. 5. There we go. So we've got 11 to offload in London. And we get a 6-6. 4-6, 2-7, 6-3, 6-3. 3-3. 18-3. 15, 11, 3. So we still can't get 6-6. I'm going to try and do another offload first. Take that out, put 3 in. That's ready to fly back. Just looking at that, I was thinking that's quite short because I think normally I can reach Istanbul. And then I'm just looking at 63. Yeah, its fuel tanks are like right down, that's why. But it's fine. Don't need to upgrade it. We'll just have to fly via Tehran. So you can fly non-upgraded planes using this technique. Let's have a look at what this is doing. Still not loaded. So how many cycles have we been through here? Oh no. Right. Right, Air Eagle M1. Let's see if we can go to USS Ford. There is another thing we can do here. So, USS Ford, where are you? 3-3. We can. So that's going to alleviate some. That's both the Aero Eagles out. Honolulu. Four-person. 2 out, put the 4 in. The 2s as well. Interesting. 3. There's a 1 to take out there. Honolulu. So that's 12 to deposit at London. And we get a 6-6. And 4. I'm going to leave it. Surprisingly, it's easier when there's more. When it's nearer the limit, it's easier, obviously, because you've got more to choose from. Right, 6-5, 5-5, 6-5. So we're at London again, 278. We're going to deposit 12, so it's going to take up 290. Yep. Now, question is, can we get a 6-6? It'd be so nice if we could. 226 to Lagos. And 2, no. Oh, we can do Sydney. Combo. London, again, we're going to deposit 12, so it's going to go to 292. See, it's creeping up because we only took out 10 in the last run. So, London. Yeah, we only took out 10, but we are looking to see if we can make a 6-6 combo. That'll be an 8-5, 6-5, 5-6. Shanghai. We can make that Shanghai. Can we? No. Oh, because it's beads, it's cargo. Right. Los Angeles, no. We can do Zan. So, Tehran. Okay, more layovers. So we're going to drop 11. That's going to go to 294. So we're creeping up to that 300 watermark. There we go, Shanghai. Finally got a full load with one go, full bucks. And you see how difficult that has been. And that's with cyclones. Right. There's a 2. Load that, put a 3 in. Five passenger. I got 3 passenger. 5 in instead. Oh, here we are. Something here. Oh, this is an unload situation. It's 9 to unload. Okay. Zion last. Daca's pretty close. Kinshasa. Again. London. Oh, we're starting to ease. We're at 290. Looking for that elusive 6-6 there's Shenyang. Shenyang's right, Istanbul. Drop the 1. Drop the 4. Drop the 2. Pick up the 3. Cairo. Another 12 at London. 278 is going to take us up to 290 again. And again, right. Are we starting to unfreeze here? Probably not. 5:27. We're getting close on Lagos. 15:2, 12:2. Right, I did say let's go back to this view. Can't make. Carter, no. Thing I know. 290, so I don't really want to unload anymore. We can make Los Angeles with like a almost with a 50-50 split, basically. And this is why we're having more planes than we've got airports to London. So now we can drop off this 10 because that's going to take us 294, and we get that elusive 66. $627 Lagos. Right. Five nine 10 4. 2 19 3. 21-3. My God. Okay, let's see if we can do this in a combo. Carter, not quite. I get it when you look in here, they're going to be, yeah, there's standards, not just bucks. Beijing, not quite. You can get 6 and 3. I'll get Buenos Aires. There's almost room here for a change in strategy to more like the first strategy where I used to load the planes and then just keep loading them up. Kolkata, no. USS Ford is class 2. That works. Chicago. Another 290. Eight 4 8 3. 10 4 5 9 Decker. Very close on that one. 18 3. Wow. Put it down at Decker. No, because it's. Oh, yeah. We can do it. Yeah. Right, car out. So we're here again. I'll be able to combo payload out. On a series, no. And no. Lima, yes. We can take that and that and get out to Lima. Loaded. Manila or Tehran. Paris, London. Oop. Unload. Four. So elusive. Just one charge Jakarta. Beijing. Oh, do that. On the series, one short. Bangkok, nowhere near. Lima, no. Dhaka, no. Kolkata, no. Rio de Janeiro, one short on the cargo. Wow. Karachi. Get Karachi. Another one. Ideally, like with this new menu system, this is far more viable. It used to take a long time to scroll down these lists. So if we can see 6.6 or higher, this is a far shorter list to go through. I think that's actually quite a good improvement overall. 2, 3, 14, 4, 7, 5. I mean, look, I think. Oop, do that again. I think Paris with a. Do we have an addition? We don't. I was going to say Paris with an addition would be a good bet. Unfortunately, can't make it up. Tokyo will work. That's 3, 3, 6. So Istanbul, and that will make Tokyo. There's a 2 there. To do that, I'd have to drop a. Oh, darn. Well, that's annoying. Held that for too long. Weird. Okay. Yeah, these are all cargo. These are all cargo. So that's a 2. And those are 1s. We needed a passenger that was a 1 or something like that. Okay, next one. Try not to spend too much time on it. As time is money. There's a 3 passenger, but that's a 3, so there's no point. Unless you really want the destination. It's in 28 arrived in London. They're all coming in. Okay. We might try and force another delivery. Nope. Go city. Right. Okay, I was going to try and force another landing there. How are we doing? This is still loading. Alright, you're in London now. So, have we got... Yeah, we've got some to US Midway. Los Angeles. Right, another... right, so this is going to be now, we want to try and load up. And I'm looking again for the 6-6. There's one to Seoul, okay? So 9-6, brilliant. That can go. So am I looking at the values of the bucks that are going out? No, I'm not. Because they're all going to go, right? It's an ongoing thing. They're all going. So I'm not bothered about whether or not the highest denominations are going out. They're all going eventually. So rather than sit and spend time trying to work it out, in that case, just hit send. It's a 4 person. If I've got a low denomination person here, there's a 3. Drop the 3, pick up the 4. Okay, this is another Maple. So can we go to HMS Arc? Yes, we can. 2 and 2. So I can't get rid of the... Can't realistically get rid of the class 1s. I mean, you could, right? You get rid of both the aircraft carriers and you get rid of... Let's change that for you. Get rid of both the aircraft carriers, HMS Arc, USS for Midway. They're class 1s. You don't need the class 1 planes unless you're doing an event that it's class 1s. But I think you want to keep a couple of class 2s around because they're really, really good for releasing that pressure on the hub. So you can send out 6 rather than 12. And because that generally there is a 3 and a 3, right? 3 passengers and 3 cargo available ready to go. What you can't do though is seem to fill a cyclone. Well, that's not strictly true because I've been doing it for ages, but you do get these periods of time when that is a pressure point. And then suddenly it will even up and it will flow a lot better. Right. What am I looking for? I'm looking for HMS Arc. Away. Which is 1 and 2. I mean, I could do this, right? Let's not waste it. We take the one that, because these are all low denominations. I'm not, or like low value. Which way did you go? That way, and then that way. Okay. Nope. You're ready to unload. That's a Concorde. Concorde's quite cool because they only need 8, right? So you need a 2 and a 6. You need 6 passengers. 6 passengers and 2 cargo. So there's Jakarta. We can take that one to Jakarta. And they can make that one hot. Well, there's Concorde 01. So similarly, well, I don't want to go to Istanbul particularly. I prefer these to go long flights. We want 6 passengers and 2. I'll go again, please. Six passenger. There we go, Rio de Janeiro. So they can help with some of the imbalances as well. Rio, where are you? Yeah. It's fine. Four passenger. 2 out. 4 in. Okay, and we get you out. It wasn't looking very good for 6 6s, was it? 14-0. Wow. Okay. There we go, Paris. Another London. Load. Yeah, I'm on. 4-4. 14-5 to Cairo is looking like a good bet again. So let's have a look at Cairo. Yeah, we can do that. We're at 30,913, so we've made during this session nearly $1,000. And I've spent some on upgrading the planes as well. Bangalore. Sydney. It must be flying. Yeah. London. Unload. So again, I'm going to skip this because I want these to build up so it's easier to pick. Need it to. It's better to manage it full than it is half empty. Zion. It's full, so I'm going to come back. London 6 cargo. Wow. There's a 5. I'm having to kick a 5 out to put 6 in, but it's more, right? Get a 6 in for the person. Take 3 out. 6 in. And zoop. Unload. It's 84. Next one will be up to 96, so that'll be better. Mexico, fully loaded. Shut up. Okay, here we go. Here's the London. So this will take us up to 296. Now we want to try and load 55 to Honolulu. Thank you, Emery. Hard Calcutta. Need to mute that. 7192 523 to Lagos. That's so astonishing, isn't it? All right, Honolulu. We can make that. Okay, that's an unload. That's going to take us to 298. Five, 4. Six, 5. It's 4. 523. I think Lagos is going to be good. Let's have a look at that. Yes. Right. 297. Well, I want to see some 6/6s coming. Let's actually flow. This one of Calcutta looks like a good choice. Try Calcutta. Yep. Wow, 665. So we need to get rid of some low. 2, 2, 4, 5, 6, 6. Doesn't help us, but gives us more bucks on board. 4. These 3s. Pearl James. Moscow, you're full. Every single Class 3 airport in this is usable. Back at London, 286. One, 2, 7, 1, 10. Beijing. Let's see if we can get a Beijing. No, we can't. We can get Bangalore. of 290. There we go. Oh no, I thought it was 10. 8 and 1. Wow. Hang on, we can do. Is a 5. Take 4 out. Quite. Do Beijing. So we're at 31,200 now. We still haven't filled this plane up. 3, 2 3s on people. So there's a 1. And there's a 2. There's a 2 on a person. But they have 2s anyway. Those are 3s. Ah, Sydney. Concorde 3. It's full. So Bangalore. And London. Yeah, London. Right, so can we get USS Ford? And we can. On our round trip. Jakarta. Kolkata. We've got 2 6s there. So if we can take out some of the low denomination people, get 2 6s in instead, and that's from Chicago. Nothing to do there, that's full. That's there. Got a 4 up there. What are these? These are 1s. Oh no, they're out anyway. That's that sort of 4. It's Buenos Aires. Nice. Oh. It's flying. There's that. London. Can we get another loadout? 2. No. 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 Yes. To Shenyang. We're at 31,469 now. So we've gone up since we started this. I think we're just around 30,000, 1,400 bucks. That's how quickly you can make bucks at this point in the game and with this strategy. Right. Let's keep looking for... If we can't do a 6-6 straight on bucks, then we'll do it with a combo. 6-5. Until this balances up. No, we can do so, not quite. So we get 5C if we do that. Sell pull, we can't do that. Says forward, no. No. Okay, no. On by, no, definitely not. Karachi, no. New York, no. Midway, no. Kinshasa, no. Iran. Lagos. Cairo. Moscow, yes. So I'm using these arrows at the top of the screen to navigate between the planes. Means I don't have to go back to the plane menu. And that's not me. I got that off the official Discord that somebody actually posted that a video and was like, oh my god, how many hours have I been playing this game? And I didn't realise that was a thing. So it's much faster to navigate. I don't think it's as exciting to watch, to be honest, but it's far more efficient when you're doing this type of technique. It means you can rattle through all the planes very quickly, and it seems to skip a lot of those that are in the air, although not always. So 245. Let's let this fill up again because it's much easier to load when it's nearer when it's full. And plus, we're not spending time trying to work out the loading. Sim 63 arrived in London. Cyclone M63. $68. We get that 4 in. Person, wasn't it? This is confusing. Oh yeah, we got one. Yeah. Oh, are we nearly full? So how long has this plane been at Istanbul? Loading. Five. Need a 5 person. There's one. And then we're going to struggle to unload it because we've got to create 24 headroom. There's one of your major issues. Because the bigger your plane is, the more space you need at your airport to unload. So if it's a 32, you need 32 free slots just to unload it. Which means I'll need to get it around about halfway, won't I? But at least it will be even load for passengers, although for destinations that may not be the case. Calcutta. Oh. Wow, did we rattle all the way through that? I think we might. Oh no, we didn't quite. you do get to a point, if you're fast enough, that you've actually done all the loads and you're cycling around again all the planes that are available. I think we managed to circuit that whole lot. Okay, and maybe we do look at this. Waiting for the refresh. 6-4. Manila is looking a good prospect. Let's have a look at Manila. Yeah. Only one. Five cargo. Can we drop a low cargo? To 3. Take 5. Got 1 cargo. Oh, it's not even loaded. It's a 2. Load to 3. That's Shanghai. Manila. We've got a 1. Take that instead. Tehran. Drop that. Put in a 4. That's Rio with a 6. 6. Right. Been going for some time now, much longer than I would ordinarily. Don't know if this was a good demo or not, but it's a good illustration of the technique in action. What do I want to do here? We're at 257. I'm going to skip that. We're still here in Istanbul. We've got 3. Drop 3. Take 5. One of the things of keeping them on point is that you end up loading with better bucks. So that's a potential advantage. Whereas I'll take them with a 1. But a 1, and when you get a 25% bonus, 1 rounds to 2 anyway. So that's actually a 100% increase, not 25. I kept saying 50% in my first video. It's not. It's 100% increase. No one corrected me on that. Right. Tehran. I need a 5 person. Let's take the 1 out. Pick up 3. That's a 3. We drop that, and then take the 5. And this is Mumbai. There we go. And Jakarta. What? Okay. Paris. London. Drop it. Carry on. Moscow. Right, we got a 1 cargo we can drop. Yeah. That's Delhi. Coming back in. 31,685. This is London. This is 10. I'll take that to 278. Fine. Leave it at that. Move on. Pick up more. I'm going to drop one of these ones. They're obscured. It's showing as a 2. Oh, it was a person. I do need to pick that up. I need a person. Passenger, but that's a 4. There's no point in dropping a 4 to pick up a 4, so that stays as it is. Oh, and this is fully loaded anyway, so this is now a flight back. Six, 4. Okay. Yep, similar with that. Someone was saying you don't get like 11s and 12s now. You know, like maximum you get is around about $7. So yeah, it does seem to be that the range is around that. So you don't get those, but you didn't get many of those, right? You might get 1 or 2, and even that only amounts to like $5 or $10 on a plane load. That's fine as it is. That is fully loaded at Shenyang. It needs to come back. But if we can drop a 1, then we can pick that up. And then fly back. Shenyang should be coming back via Istanbul. We're at 278. I'm going to ignore that still. This still isn't loaded. That plane has sat there for this entire session, waiting to load. And in that time, I've moved all of these cyclones. Many, many cyclones. Right, let's take that. And that. Go to HMS Ark. Similarly, can we go to USS Midway? Midway? I missed that. Oh, I'm going down the wrong section, wrong direction. Midway. Yes, we can. Right. I need Paris just to make Cairo, to make Lagos, to make USS Midway. I did have Barcelona open at one point, but that just added another airport to the mix, which means you're diluting your pool of destinations. Because obviously the more airports you've got open, the more divisions, more your 300 layovers is divided by those airports. So keeping that number low, I think, is probably a good one. I mean, I'm even, you know, you've got Honolulu and Sydney open now. Really, do you need them? I mean, before it was pretty good because you could get $11 all the way from Sydney to Honolulu, but now they don't seem to go that way because of the world wrap, the globe wrap. Is there any point? You might as well close that perimeter in back to Jakarta. But I've only just done it, so I'm not going to do it again. And not yet, anyway. Honolulu, that's fully loaded. Fully loaded. So New York, London. And that's flying. Now we're looking 31,834. Okay. 272, leave it. I want it to be full. New job, so cycle this just in case. No, we didn't get anything else at Shanghai. Okay. London, unload. That's a 12. Let's take to 284. One more, and then we'll go for a load. Take 3 out, put the 4 in. Right. So we've got a few planes stacked up at London now. That are empty, that are waiting to leave. And that's good. You don't want too many there, but at the same time you want some in case you just need to evacuate. There's another one. We still haven't got this loaded. Istanbul. London. It's an X10 Maple Pro. Let's see if we can go to HMS Ark with a 2. So let's just carry in 50-50. It's fine. There we go. There's an unload to London, which brings us up to 294. Now we want to load up and get out of here. So we're looking for a 6-6. 6-4, 5-12. And if the gods are smiling on us, then we will have a 6-6 in here somewhere, but not holding my breath. No. Okay, let's look at this another way. There we go. Do Sol. Sol. Do that. Didn't. Off. Oh, it's not enough cargo. Right. Hangzhou is enough there. So Gangzhou via Tehran. Three. It's full. Paris. Another unload. Can we get that elusive 6-6? So we don't know when the plane comes in what its loadout is. Just unload it. 612, Buenos Aires. There we go. Eh? Oh. Eh? Hang on a minute. Try that again. Why won't that unload? What's on it? Oh my god. Alright. Take that off, please. Good. Let's go down to Buenos Aires again. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . 7P13C. That should load. Yeah, there we go. Right. It's right on the limit of a VIP upgraded Cyclone. Nowhere near loaded. Got to be a bit careful. It's going to take us 296. $17.6 New York. Oh, 3197. Now, I think we'll wrap when we get to 32k. I think it illustrates the point of how I make bucks in the game. Where are we? 284 sim 50. Okay, we will try and load this. 483 64. Nothing jumping out. And I hope illustrates why I'm using the cyclones, right? I mean, you can sit your planes there and try to load them over time through multiple 5-minute cycles. That is something I stopped doing when I reached this strategy. When I came up with this strategy. Answer's no good. Nope. Nope. Bangalore, Chicago. Right, unload. 285. Can't believe some of these massive imbalances. Six Jakarta. Okay. We actually got a 12 out there. You can only do that every time. Eighteen four. $284 layovers, and I'm struggling to get 6 passengers and 6 cargo going to the same destination. There we go. Delhi. Four, 3. Take the 2 out. No point in picking the 3, pick the 4. Again, let's see if we can make a double. That was down at Delhi, wasn't it? Sao Paulo. Five persons. So if we drop 4, pick up the 5. It's fully loaded from Honolulu. Five passenger. Stop that. 6 cargo and a 5 cargo. We need to drop that. Take the 5 and the 6. Not fully loaded. We've just gone over the 32,000. So I think we should wrap up there. I hope that illustrates very much the strategy. We've got a lot of planes up in the air, but we also have quite a lot of planes boarding. In fact, not that many by comparison. And a lot landed. Mostly Cyclone M's. And as you saw, they're quite challenging to load, even with 300 layovers. I didn't wrap around the globe, nor did I think it was necessary, because London is my central hub, and then I'm fanning out from London. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. I certainly did. Very much enjoying the new update. Really, really pleased with it. I like that grouping. It's slightly hard to read, and as we saw, it's round the wrong way compared to the planes. I don't think there's a value in those much larger planes. I think Cyclones are probably about as high as you want to go. We didn't move that Cloud Neo from, where is it sitting? It's sitting in Istanbul, isn't it? Still sitting in Istanbul, waiting to be fully loaded. 5, 4. So if there's a passenger, 3. So I mean, you could end up with some quite high values by the time it actually moves, but it's taken however long this video is to be able to get to that point. So I'm not entirely certain that they're particularly efficient. But, you know, you do you. Anyway, hopefully see you in the next video. If you got this far, please click on the like button. And yeah, see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.